I'm excited to hear more from Morissette. Her first video, her first song I reviewed blew me away. Oh, she's just lovely. Beautiful.
Bakit hindi mo maramdaman? Ikaw sa akin ay mahalaga. Ako sa'yo'y...
She kind of has a cool amalgamation of where her voice could voice a Disney princess, but it also can bring a current pop song to life. That's such a neat quality to have that amount of flexibility in your tone and sound.
Kaibigan lamang.
Lovely little turnaround.
Paano nga ba't di ko matanggap? At ako pa ba'y iibigin pa? Ang dinadasal na
I love the tone of her voice so much.
nakikiusap na lang, akin ka na lang, akin ka na lang. Ang dinadasal sa araw-araw, akin.
I can't completely figure out what it is, that little quality, that little sizzle she adds. Part of me wonders if it's like a teeny tiny whistle tone, but I'm not convinced that it is. I feel it almost is more of a cry, where she's moving into a airy falsetto-y place before she crunches into the full note. Actually, that could be, yeah. So I guess it could be whistle because it's quite high. I've never used whistle tone. It's just not ever been something I've felt pulled to figure out. But I see why that quality is so endearing. It adds like a quality, a texture that is completely her own, but it also feels like deep emotion, kind of in the way that a cry, right? You almost hear the, like right before someone, you know when little kids go, I can't even, they start up here and then they crunch down here. It almost has that quality to it. Maybe that's like on a psychological level why we feel so pulled by it, because it's going from these very evocative places right smushed together.
Akin ka na lang.
Beautiful agility.
At maghihintay hanggang akin ka na.
I love her tone. When she makes that thicker sound. Woo! I knew it. I knew she'd have beautiful riffy agility. This is really neat that this song in particular, I've only heard, this is the second one I've heard of her. They remind me of songs from the 90s. So when I was a young kid and teenager, early 2000s, late 90s, everything had this R&B ballad vibe to it. This takes me back to my youth. I love this genre and this feel, maybe because this is the kind of music I listened to when I was a child. It has similar instrumentation as Boys to Men. I bet you many Filipinos from my generation loved Boys to Men and loved R&B music like this. I wonder if this feels vintage, or if this is supposed to feel like a throwback, or if this is the current sound in the Philippines right now. But beautiful. Beautiful.
Nahagkat, nayayakap ka.
So many many beautiful subtleties, which just tells me how capable she is. Because she's not even making them showy, right? They're just tucked in the bottom of the phrase.
Atau ku ba'y ibigin pa
Those little extra notes.
ang dinadasan makikiusap na lang akin ka na lang akin ka na lang
So good.
ang dinadasal sa araw-araw akin ka na lang akin ka na lang
Love that. Little touch.
At maghihintay hanggang akin ka na gilid.
This feels like a melody that I would like to sing, and her other song that I reviewed too, particularly. And I believe this is this Tagalog? Is that the language this is? I feel like this would be, of a lot of the different Asian singers I reviewed, Tagalog seems like something that with help I would be able to wrap my mouth around. These songs are something I would want to sing. Okay, so I guess that answers my previous query. It is whistle tone that she is using. It is whistle tone that she is tucking on the beginning of those phrases to get that sizzle. She is like, what, Filipino Mariah Carey, you guys? You know what? She actually, I bet you, she liked Mariah Carey back in the day. She's probably younger than me, but I bet you she's old enough to have appreciated Mariah Carey's like older music. I bet you she idolized Mariah Carey, maybe.
Ba'y ibigin pa ang dinadasal mo.
I think she's one of the best vocalists I've ever seen. I think I would go that far. Keeping in mind that different artists appeal to different people, but her vocal prowess and her musicality is in the top tier of vocalists I've ever seen.
Makikiusap na lang, akin ka na lang, akin ka na lang.
She uses that a lot, and it's so tasty.
Ang dinadasal sa araw-araw.
So good. You know, I want to mention something else. Whistle tone is something that I get asked about a lot. People write it in the comments, people inbox me about it. I don't use it or coach it, but I want you to notice something about this singer who not only uses it, but uses it in a very unique way. So in this song, she has showed us what? 2 bars where she sailed through it. And don't get me wrong, incredibly, pitch perfect, beautifully. And she has a little sizzle, sometimes on the beginnings or ends of phrases. But I want you to know what I want you to see is that she's not overusing it. And for anybody who's curious and who's wanting to use whistle, I just want you to know, first of all, how sparingly and uniquely she is using it. She's not just placing it every chorus, for example. She's using it in her unique sizzly way. And she's found one place so far in this song, and I've heard 2 now. In the first song, she didn't do that. But she's using it so thoughtfully, so musically, so artistically that you cannot help but love it. So it's not something every singer needs. We all have different tools in our toolkit. Now, she's got a lot of tools, and that's one of them. But just know that there are many singers that we love who don't do that. When a singer pulls it out like this, it kind of takes our breath away because we don't all use it. You don't need it. But it's really cool if you have it, you know? Mm-hmm. That's a really great example of a scoop, a little ghost note. Many people, if they went to repeat that, they would say da-da, but it is da-da. She is a masterclass girl of singer tricks of the trade. So she just gave us belty, 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 and now she gives us keys. So beautiful. Mariah Carey vibes.
Wishclusive on Wish 107.5.
Okay, now she's just flexing. So good. Reaching for the sun. Singers, let's talk about that cry. Repeat after me. Ha, ha. In some ways, you can almost think of this as a reverse yodel. We're going from airy falsetto to a more rooted mix or chest. Ha. Yeah, I kind of sound like a donkey. It makes you sound like you are really feeling emotion and you're really in it. So in slow motion, sun, reaching for the sun, 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 ha, ha. It sounds like I'm crying out. Try it.